Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast. We're bringing the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm Adam.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Tom. And in this episode for Wednesday, February 4th, 2026, we have Geeks and Greeks news.
We also got Super Bowl pop bet predictions. We got Pro Bowl recaps and recap of Royal Rumble.
All right, so grab your favorite team's jersey, sell them some snacks, and don't forget to like and subscribe and get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports. It's Super Bowl week, man. The season's over at this point.
Sir, there was no football. There was no football this weekend.
It's such bullshit. I didn't know what to do with myself. I just did chores. It's so boring.
Is this the NFL's way of preparing us for not having football after this week?
I know. I mean, thankfully the Royal Rumble was this weekend, so I had something to watch. But my goodness.
That is true. Before we get too far into it, though, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe on the episode and comment. Let us know what you think. It always helps.
Well, I
was gonna say, I guess before we gotta get into too much of it. How was your week? How was it? How was how was our weekly recap, man?
Yeah. My kids got RSV, so they've been home from school all week, and it's been fun taking care of sick kids and trying to work full time from the kitchen. So,
wow.
I'm exhausted.
So I guess this is a bad week for the children of the Geeks and Greeks. Mine's got mono.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry to hear that, my friend.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Yeah. Mine's actually had an okay week. The weekend may not be the best. But it's just it's been a busy week. Classes have started back up. Gen Ed classes suck.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it, man. I don't think I got the patience in me to go back to school.
Time management.
You don't want to go back and become Dr. Pete?
No, I don't. I'm sorry to say. And I mean, as far as time management, you've run 2 podcasts with me now. You know I'm not very good with time management. I struggle with that every day, my friend.
Right. Well, I'll say this. The one nice thing about, I think every professor I've had through tech now at this point, none of them have really been real sticklers about the time frame of when things are due. Everyone's basically like, look, we're all working adults. It's best if you keep up with it on a weekly basis, or maybe if you're a day or two behind, it's not a huge deal. But they're like, it's not a good idea to fall 2 or 3 weeks behind, because then you got to make up all this stuff at one time. So
Yeah.
But for the most part, really, pretty much all of them have all been, as long as you get it turned in before the end of the class, they'll still give you full credit for most everything. So they're pretty flexible and pretty lenient about that kind of stuff. So that makes it a lot easier.
But that brings us into Geeks and Greeks news. Earlier this season, DK Metcalf had a confrontation with a fan. DK Metcalf says that the fan called him the N-word. DK grabbed the fan by the shirt and swung at him. Later, Chad Ochocinco reported on the podcast the situation according to DK. And then the fan has filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit.
Yikes.
He is naming DK Metcalf himself, Ochocinco, and Shannon Sharp, who owns Ochocinco's podcast, all in the lawsuit. According to the lawsuit, the fan called Metcalf his full name, Decalen Zacharias Metcalf, which sounds nothing like the N-word.
I don't think there's even an N in that.
For Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp, this is a very flimsy lawsuit. Ochocinco even prefaced in his podcast that according to a source that wears a number 4, that the implication being Metcalf.
Yeah.
Ochocinco covered his butt. Shannon Sharp just needs to ride this one out. He's not gonna get a hit for anything.
I mean, to me, this sounds like rage baiting and then suing as many people as possible. I guarantee you this fan called him the N-word. I know he hates to hear his government name. DK does. Like, he doesn't like being called that at all. Like, it gets him angry. And then I guarantee you this dude then followed it up with the N-word. Like, you don't sue that many people if this was a righteous lawsuit. Like, I'm sorry. This was fishing.
Yeah, and also what tells me that this is fishing isn't even that he tried to sue him for technically assault for grabbing him, but for defamation.
Yeah, it's the defamation.
Yeah, it's the defamation that gets
I mean, to me, if I'm gonna sue somebody for that much money, it's the assault because he grabbed him on television. Like, I can easily prove he grabbed me and tried to swing. Now, he didn't hit him when he swung, but he did grab him, and you can easily prove that. Like, this is a defamation suit. You're not proving anything. Especially because this is a civil suit. You have to have like 80% proof, well within preponderance of the evidence to do it. And there's none. Absolutely none.
There's a whole episode of South Park that is all about this with Don't Sue People Panda. And we just need that to come back. Don't Sue People Panda could show up. That makes me a sad panda.
Isn't that also sexual harassment panda?
Yeah, but he got fired as sexual harassment panda, and then everyone started suing each other because they all got sexually harassed, so he became Don't Sue People Panda.
I gotta love South Park, man.
I know.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
But to close... real quick, I want to point out a small thing that irritates me when it comes to professional athletes being sued or celebrities in general being sued, is that most of these people are trying to settle out of court, just get a quick payday and run away with the money. And for all the fans who take settle out of court equals guilty, that's not what it means. It basically says, I'm going to pay you money to not eat up a year of my life.
Right.
Well, and honestly, with some of these like celebrities and all that stuff, depending on how expensive their lawyers are, it may be cheaper just to settle and not have to pay the lawyers' fees.
Yeah.
To
close out this segment, if you're a fan who needs tips to properly heckle athletes, may I recommend Trevor Gilmore, the professional heckler who has absolute hilarious posts online, such as heckling, "I hear you eat Kit Kats sideways, you bum," and "I bet you always 3-putt in golf." These are wholesome heckles. I encourage you to follow.
You need a blanket and suntan lotion because you're never going to get off that beach, just like you never got into the NHL, you jackass.
That's less wholesome, but still good.
Hey, in today's day and age, that was as wholesome as you can get.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's completely child-friendly, too, and I love it. Moving on to the next story in the news is Bill Belichick has officially been snubbed in his first ballot for the Hall of Fame. Now, I have a quick rant to go on real quick,
All right.
and I'm going to use a small visual aid.
All
All right. So, of all of the coaches in the Hall of Fame, 5 of them are first ballot Hall of Famers. You have Curly Lambeau, George Halas, Chuck Noll, Tom Landry, and Don Shula. And I took the liberty of bringing up the stats of these first ballot Hall of Fame coaches. And wouldn't you know, Bill Belichick is in the thick of it for almost all of them, if not surpassing many of them. Career wins, he's 3rd behind Don Shula and Papa Bear George Halas. Playoff record is 31-13. Gosh. Super Bowl wins is 6. Super Bowl losses is 3. For those of you who are bad at math, that's 9 Super Bowls he went to. And as a trademark for many of these first ballot Hall of Fame coach, he has a perfect season under his belt. Chuck Noll and Tom Landry can't even say that.
No one can except for Shula.
Yeah, and Lambeau and Halas did it, but they did it in like the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So
That doesn't count.
Yeah, how much
If it wasn't
validity
before
do you want
color,
to give those?
if it wasn't before color television, it's not going to count.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
plus,
I was just gonna say, there's a stat you're really missing
what's that?
on this one. Is caught cheating mid-season.
Yeah, that is the big argument for why he got sat this year is his spotty history in the fair play category.
I guarantee you those guys were all cheating mid-season, just no one wanted to come out and say it.
Look, I'm not saying they're not, but they didn't get caught. And there's something about the integrity of the game that gets lost when people get caught cheating. And if you believe in the sanctity of the game, then Bill Belichick did not deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. Does he deserve to be a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. For all of the points you just made, he absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But no, he does not deserve to be in the Hall as first ballot because he got caught cheating mid-season. He didn't come out and admit it later on. He didn't they didn't write a book, a decade later. This is how I cheated the entire time I was a coach, like Phil Cower or whatever he did. It was in the middle of the season. Dude got caught, completely ruined the integrity of the game. 3 separate times. This did not happen once. This happened 3 separate times. So you cannot tell me that, everyone was doing it because no one else got caught even one time versus 3 times. Come on.
Now, I have to ask, in a couple of years when Tom Brady gets put on for the first ballot, does he make first ballot Hall of Fame?
3 separate times, dude.
I thought it was twice. What's the third one?
There's
the Deflategate and Spygate. What's the third one?
So there's the one where they snuck into the Super Bowl and the practices and taped the Rams. And there's the one where they deflated the Super Bowls, the footballs. And then there was the one where they had the guy with the camera on the sideline taping the defensive.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that
signals.
one.
I forgot. Did they ever actually do anything with that?
I'm pretty sure they got fined and suspended for it.
I think I don't think there was a suspension for that. I think they may have just fined Bill and Kraft. I don't think Brady ever got fined. So because Brady wouldn't have been part of that one. Because that would have been more on the.
He still benefited from it, and there's no way that Brady didn't know what was going on.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm just saying that Brady technically wasn't punished for that one. But
that's fair.
I also think
he'll get punished.
No, I think Brady's going to be first ballot. I also think it's a little bit different when someone's a player as opposed to a coach. So there was two of my favorite ones so far. My favorite one actually so far in this whole thing has been when they asked Bill Polian who's a voter, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know who I voted for." I'm like, dude, if you don't know who you voted for a
Yes,
week
you
and a half
do.
ago, that means that you voted for a
Yes,
week and a half
you
ago. That means that your mental acuity is so deteriorated, you're worse than Jerry, and maybe you need to not be a voter anymore.
No,
mean,
Or you just don't want to
pulling it.
own up to the fact that you didn't vote for him because he beat
Or
your
you
ass
just didn't
every
give a
single year
shit.
in the playoffs.
There it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then I forget who the other person was. There was one other person that they'd asked about a vote that they asked that didn't vote for him. I wish I remembered who it was. I tried to go back and look for it, but I couldn't find it. They asked him why he didn't vote for Belichick, and he said that there were 2 or 3 players that were coming up on their last year of like voter eligibility without having to
Yeah.
go to the special committee. And he said he voted for those guys, or they said he voted for those guys over Belichick and Kraft because the game's about the players and not the coaches. And he wanted to recognize the players more than the coach. And I'm like, I mean, whether that's true or not, and that was his reasoning, that's by far the best reason that's been stated.
I want to say that it's LC Greenwood was on his last year of eligibility.
That's one of them. I think Ken Anderson is also on his
And
last
Ken
year of
Anderson.
eligibility, and there was one other guy, but I can't remember.
Roger Craig.
Oh, okay.
Not like Ken Anderson, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
No, we're talking Ken
Okay.
Anderson, the Bengals quarterback.
Not the professional wrestler.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
Like, wait a minute. I recognize that name.
Yeah,
Didn't
no.
know
So
he
that
played
was
football.
so. Like I said, I really wish I could find it and see who it was that had said that. But that one to me is the only legitimate reason that I've heard. And like I said, whether or not that's actually true, it's the only legitimate reason that's been publicly given to this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think the part of the problem is when you get caught cheating, you take away the joy of football. And the Hall of Fame, if nothing else, is about the joy of football.
The
I
excellence
think that's
of
enough
football.
reason. At least it would have been enough reason for me. Like, I probably wouldn't even vote for him next year if they let me vote, but they don't let me vote. Plus, I also lost to him while he was cheating. So,
See, I think a lot of it's
There's
sour
that.
grapes, and guys just don't want to admit it.
I mean, I'll admit my sour grapes. Like, I want my damn ring back. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they absolutely cheated during the first Eagles Super Bowl. And we should have won that game. But that's not why I'm saying it. Like, I'm saying it because he ruined the sanctity of football. And I do feel like certain things are sacred. And if you get caught cheating mid-season, you should be punished. And this is part of that punishment. Like, it's like Pete Rose. He wasn't allowed in the Hall of Fame until he died. Why? Because he ruined the sanctity of baseball by betting on it. Like, that's just me. I don't know.
And I've heard a lot of people getting mad because this is Robert Kraft's 12th year of eligibility, something like that. He's come
yeah.
up a lot. And
Why
they
do we
keep-
even put owners on here? Who cares about the owners, man?
Yeah.
Like, the owners don't deserve to go into the Hall of Fame at all. I'm sorry, they just don't.
Yeah.
For what reason?
They don't matter to the
You,
game
like-
because the
Right.
game would survive at this point without them.
How about Betty from Payroll? Did she get to go into the Hall of Fame? Because
Right,
she
like-
cuts the players' checks, and they wouldn't play if she didn't cut the players' checks.
Yeah,
Like-
like
Betty from Payroll gets a ring when they win the Super Bowl, doesn't she?
Yeah, she
She
does.
does, and that's awesome.
which means Betty's got 8 rings? Or 9.
Hey, damn, dude. 9.
Oh,
But-
heck.
So yeah, I mean that's just I've never understood when owners go into the Hall of Fame. Like,
It's a
you
waste of
don't
a
really
spot.
do anything. Like, yes, you put
Yeah.
the organization together, but so what? Like,
Yeah.
the owners, the only time we should ever hear from the owners is when there's issues from the top down with the team. Other than that, I never want to really see or hear the owners.
It really does feel like giving yourself a prize too. Like, I understand that the owners aren't the ones who vote people into the Hall of Fame, but like, they run the business. Like, they are management, and it really does feel like managers is like, oh, we have this Hall of Fame to put everybody in, and we're just gonna give ourselves a spot. Like, why is there an owner section?
It's like the equivalent of the supervisor giving himself Employee of the Month.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, heck. All right, moving on to the next story. The head coach carousel has finally stopped, and let's see where we landed.
Yeah, jeez.
Jeff Hafley is for the head coach of the Dolphins. Jesse Minter is for Baltimore. Mike LaFleur is for the Cardinals. Clint Kubiak is going to be with the Raiders right after he gets done with this silly little Super Bowl thing.
Yeah, which is some bullshit.
Todd
We'll talk
Monken.
about that later.
Todd Monken is head coach of the Browns. Kevin Stefanski for the Atlanta. Robert Saleh for the Titans. John Harbaugh with the Giants. And there may or may not be one of these four gentlemen at the bottom going with him. Mike McCarthy for the Steelers and Joe Brady for the Bills. And then a couple of the former head coaches from last year are offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, respectively, for the Chargers, Titans, 49ers, and Packers.
Yeah. And you know what? As far as the coordinators go, I mean, yes, while it is technically a demotion, some guys are just better as coordinators and just aren't head coaches. They really aren't. Like, Raheem Morris, he's a great defensive coordinator. We've seen him as a head coach twice now. He's just not a good head coach, unfortunately. Like, Daboll was okay. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Daboll get another chance as a head coach. I just think in the Giants organization, he's probably just kind of screwed. Like, Harbaugh's probably going to do better because now they're finally putting a team around and they wanted a better coach. But I wouldn't mind seeing Daboll possibly get a second chance with a little bit better organization, possibly.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Daboll was set up for failure.
Yeah.
And, like, I know they started getting him bits and pieces throughout or towards the end, but, like, it's not.
Yeah,
they didn't have a team.
They set him up to fail because, I mean, he got there. They had both Daniel Jones and Saquon, and then they got rid of him.
And then
it's like as soon as you start getting rid of like your actual good players, I mean, he probably knew he wasn't going to be around very much longer, honestly, at that point.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, it is unconfirmed rumors that Brian Callahan will be the future offensive coordinator for the Giants and joining John Harbaugh there.
That'd be terrible.
You think? Okay.
Sorry, like the Titans' offense was hot garbage when he was there, and he's supposed to be an offensive guy. They did not progress at all until after he left. Like, once he left, everything looked better on that team. I don't think he even makes a good offensive coordinator, to be honest with you. He might make a good quarterbacks coach or running backs coach or something, or maybe a passing game coordinator. But as a full offensive coordinator, no. The only reason he's even getting a look is because of his last name is Callahan.
Ouch. Nepotism.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why Kubiak's getting a job.
Yeah. I mean, Harbaugh scares the hell out of me in New York. So, I mean, I think he's not going to make a bad decision here. I think if he goes there, he'll end up being good. Like, I understand your points, but I don't think John Harbaugh brings somebody in who fails him. So,
I mean, he brought in Greg Roman to run his run-heavy offense with Lamar Jackson.
I mean, fair.
So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I as far as that goes, I understand why he would have brought in someone that's more run-heavy to help a younger quarterback adjust and not have to put so much pressure on the passing game. But at the same time, Greg Roman's not if your team's not built for that, Greg Roman's not a good offensive coordinator to do a smash mouth style offense. Like, you need a Derrick Henry type running back for that kind of system. And they didn't have that. They had an old Mark Ingram. So it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and as far as nepotism, that's what half of the NFL coaches are, just sons of old coaches from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. It's true.
Or they're other coaches that were like they had coaching jobs from other ones. Like that's all coaching is in the NFL is just pure nepotism.
Yeah.
Unless you were a quarterback back in the 2010s and 2020s. Because apparently, from what I read, Phillip Rivers almost got the Bills head coaching job
I
before Joe
heard
Brady
that.
did. And the only reason he didn't get it is because he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to be all in. And I'm not moving my family from San Diego to Buffalo.
That's probably a smart move.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 11 kids, right? Or
Yeah, I think
something like
10,
that.
but
10.
yeah, if I was one of his kids, I'd be pissed if dad came home and told me, oh, hey, we're moving from San Diego to Buffalo. I'd be livid.
More like you're
I
moving to
agree.
Buffalo.
Right. But what are they gonna do? Like get like a bus and like drive down? Like there's so many fucking people. That's a lot of damn people to move. Although I'm sure some of his kids are probably grown and moved
Well,
out
what are they
by
doing
now.
now? They have to have a bus now.
Cargo
Yeah.
vans.
2 of them.
Cargo van.
Dude, they can field their own softball team.
It's insane.
They have basketball games interfamily between each other.
Yeah, it's just a pickup game. It's the family shirts and skins, basically.
All
Yeah.
right, but that moves
So-
us into the next topic of the podcast, a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, what's up? Before we continue our show, I want to talk to you about our new sponsor, Dubby. You ever feel like you need that extra oomph to power through those late night study sessions, clutch those game wins, or finish that epic video edit? I know I do, and I finally found something that actually works without the jitters or the dreaded crash. Let me introduce you to Dubby. That's right guys, we're partnering with Dubby and we're seriously hyped. Dubby is our new go-to energy drink and it is a total game changer. What makes it so different is first off, and this is huge for me, Dubby has no artificial dyes, plus it's all completely sugar-free. So, you don't get that quick energy spike followed by a massive crash. And the taste is absolutely amazing. Dubby comes with a bunch of different flavors, such as tiger's blood, green apple, strawberry pineapple, plus limited time offers that do go quickly. I'm currently obsessed with the tiger's blood myself, but they're all really good. Alright, so how do you get your hands on this stuff? Head on over to dubby.gg and use our code GEEKS10 for 10% off your entire order. That's dubby.gg, dubby.gg. Seriously guys, go give it a try. You won't regret it. We love this product and I'm sure you will too. It's definitely been a game changer for us and I'm stoked to be sharing it with the rest of you. Now, let's go ahead and get back to our show.
That brings us into Super Bowl prop bets. Now, this is the part of the podcast where we have some silly little prop bets that we are going to predict for the Super Bowl. We'll start with this. We'll start with the silly and work our way into the serious. So, Adam, heads or tails?
Tails.
And Pete?
Oh, heads.
And I go heads as well. Halftime guest appearance by Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, both or neither?
We're doing Bad Bunny.
Very Bad Bunny.
I'd say Cardi B, because I'm pretty sure that she is more based around the Miami area.
And Pete?
I'm gonna go with both.
And I'm gonna go with neither.
How much you want to bet somehow Samuel L. Jackson makes some kind of an appearance?
Oh, please let that happen again. The first score of the game will be a Seattle field goal, a Seattle touchdown, a Patriots field goal, Patriots touchdown, or neither.
Ooh.
I guess none of the above would be the way to say that.
Yeah. I don't. I'm gonna go with a. Actually, I'm going to say neither.
None of the above. Pete.
So, hold on. I missed the question because I don't understand how none of the above fit here. What was it again?
First score of the game will be a Seattle field goal, Seattle touchdown, Patriots field goal, Patriots touchdown, or none of the above.
So the only other option is a safety.
Like a safety, yeah.
Or like a kick return for a touchdown, or a punt return, or interception
That's
return.
still a touchdown.
Yeah, kick return for a touchdown would still be a touchdown
okay.
for
I
the
thought
team.
I guess I thought that specifically meant offense, so that's my bad. I'm gonna
That's
go
why I was
Seattle.
wondering why you were picking a safety. Like I was like, did I misunderstand the question? Like I feel like the only thing left is a
Sorry.
safety.
I guess I figured that meant specifically offensive touchdown, not just touchdown from any side of the ball.
Nope, just someone with that jersey crossing the line with the ball.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go Seattle touchdown.
Seattle TD.
I just don't think it's gonna be the offense.
See, I should have just kept my mouth shut because I also am going to go Seattle touchdown. I would have gotten some separation.
Yeah, you would have. Now watch, they actually get a safety.
Right, I know. It's totally going to happen. Or you know what it's going to be? It's going to be one of those, like, they have so many penalties on the 1-inch line that the referees are like, we're just awarding you a touchdown. It doesn't count.
I think the game is going to start with heavy defense, so the first score of the game will be a Seattle field goal.
Field goal.
Color of Gatorade dumped on the winning coach. And we'll be very lenient with the colors this year.
I mean, we were kind of lenient about it last year, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... you go ahead, Pete.
Okay. I am going to go orange.
That's what I was going to go with.
Sorry.
You can still go orange.
I know I could, but I feel like I kind of want to go something different. You know what? I'll do blue.
And I'm going to stick with yellow.
But the irony if it'd be white. And they're wearing white, so you can't even see it. You can't even tell.
Can't even see it.
Do we get a doink in the Super Bowl?
Does it have to be a field goal doink, or can an extra point count as well?
Nope, a doink is a doink.
A doink is a doink. I will say yes then.
And Adam?
I'm going to also say yes.
This has been the year for doinks, but I'm going to say no.
Doink the clown is sad with you, Tom.
Do we get a pick six in the Super Bowl?
I think so. That's why I think Seattle's going to score the touchdown first.
Yeah, me too. That's why I think it's going to be a touchdown first. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Charlie Puth is singing the national anthem. Will he pull it in under 2 minutes?
Oh my goodness. How long is it supposed to be?
Well,
know that?
It depends on who's singing it. Reba McEntire pulled it in 90 seconds, and then the guy from last year, I think his name was John Batiste, he did 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
I think it was John
Batista?
Baptiste.
No, Baptiste.
Oh, Baptiste.
Not wrestler.
Not Dave Batista.
No, his brother John.
We'll get to wrestling, Pete. Calm down. We have a recap.
I got it on the brain, man. Oh man. I'm gonna go no.
So you're saying over 2 minutes?
Over 2 minutes.
All right, Adam.
I'm gonna take the over as well.
I'm gonna buck the trend and say under. I think he can come in under 2 minutes. English words spoken by Bad Bunny. Over under 4.5 words.
I mean, he's addressing the Super Bowl. He will talk in between songs. I imagine he's going to talk in English in between songs. Like, every time I've seen him, he speaks English other
He
than when he's
does know
singing.
English, yeah.
He does
Right,
know
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna say over
Yeah.
Okay.
for sure.
Me too. He just doesn't normally sing in English is the only difference.
Right. I mean, if we're
I
talking
like.
about singing, maybe.
Nope, it says spoken.
Yeah, he'll speak more than 4.5 words of English.
For sure.
I also am having over. The largest lead of the Super Bowl, over under 14.5 points.
Ooh.
All right. So ESPN has the game set at a 4.5 point spread with an over under of 46.5. To me, that sounds like shootout material back and forth, ping pong style. So I'm gonna say under 14.5 points.
All right, and Adam.
So I'm also gonna go with under, but I don't think it's gonna be that close either. Like I think we're gonna have I think honestly Seattle's gonna keep it probably about a 10-point lead at some point. Just because I don't think Tennessee, I don't think New England's defense is quite that good.
I think at some point in the game, the lead will exceed 14, so I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Players attempting a pass. Throwing the ball. They're throwing. Over under 2.5 players.
Clever. I think I heard a stat earlier this week that these are the two teams with like the highest number of trick plays in their history. So I'm gonna go ahead and bet they keep with that and go over.
Okay. Adam.
Yeah, I will too.
All right. I hadn't heard this stat, so I went under. It's like, that's stupid. There's two quarterbacks. This is how this is going to go down.
What's going to happen is the last play of the game is going to be a field goal, and they're going to mess up the hold, and the holder's going to have to throw it, and it's just going to fuck up betting. They don't run a trick play. It's an accident, and it's going to be the last play of the game. Just watch.
Now, I have to ask, I want to say flea flicker. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
If they pull a flea flicker, does that blow the count for me?
No, because the quarterback still throws the ball. Well, unless they put a different quarterback in.
Yeah.
Right.
But normally, your quarterback gets it, hands out to the running back then tosses it back to the quarterback who throws it. So that would still count as your quarterback attempting a pass, not the running back.
Okay. See, that was going to be, I want to get that out of the way because I'm almost certain someone's going to flea flicker in this thing, and I wanted to know if the running back tossing it back to the quarterback was going to blow up my count.
I see somebody doing a jet sweep that turns into a pass.
I could see that too. Yeah.
All right, now for the fun ones. Sam Darnold, over under 230.5 yards, passing or rushing.
So that's all-purpose yards?
Yeah. I have to say passing or rushing, 230.5. I found I was corrected because technically passing yards aren't part of all-purpose yards for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Because
But
all-purpose yards are probably just receiving and running.
receiving and rushing.
Then why? Then they shouldn't call it all-purpose.
I know. It's all purpose. It should be everything.
Yeah.
What am I looking up here? All right.
I see an excited tail in Pete's camera.
Yeah.
I will go with over.
Adam takes the over at 230.5 for Sam Darnold. How about Pete?
I'm looking at his yardage on here. He gets 238 yards per game. I mean, he already averages over that. I see no reason why he would get under his average. So I'm gonna say over.
I feel so disconnected. I keep disagreeing with you guys. I have no faith in Sam Darnold whatsoever. I have him as under. I don't think he's going to cross 200 for crying out loud. Cooper Kupp, over under 0.5 touchdowns.
Ooh, will Cooper Kupp score a touchdown?
Part of me wants to say no, just because he's like the third or fourth man on the depth chart. But like that's probably why he'd score a touchdown, because he's a third or fourth man on the depth chart.
No one expects it.
Like, I mean, because most of your attention is going to be on Jackson Smith and Jigba.
We'll get to him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. He's only got 2 touchdowns on the year. I just don't see it happening.
It's hilarious. For the same reason that Adam said, I went the exact opposite of you guys. I think he's going to get 1 touchdown because nobody's going to be around him. They're going to be all over Jackson. So I was like, yeah, easy target. Boom, touchdown.
I do think he'll have at least. I think he'll have one big play, whether that's a touchdown or like a first down or something. He'll have one big play in this game.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, over under 6.5 receptions.
I'm going to take the over.
He's going to be the go-to.
Yeah, like he's by far your best offensive weapon. And this isn't like the Eagles team last year where they had offensive weapons everywhere. Like, you have to get him the ball. Like, you got to find some way to get him the ball.
Get out of my head, Adam. All right, Pete.
So what was the over-under number again? I'm sorry.
6.5 receptions.
Yeah, I mean, he's the number 1 target on this team by far. He's definitely going to have at least 7 receptions.
So you're going to say over?
Yeah, over.
For all the reasons that Adam just said, I'm disagreeing with you because it is exactly like Saquon. Saquon was the go-to guy for the Eagles last year, and he got jack.
Yeah, but the difference is that unlike the Eagles last year, the Seahawks have an okay running game. It's getting like better, but you don't have the weapons around that offense the way that Philly does.
And to close out the Seahawks side of the fence, Jason Myers. You may not know that name because he's the kicker for the Seattle Seahawks. Over under 8.5 points.
8.5 points.
So at least 2 field goals, 3 field goals. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I hate to keep agreeing with you, but that's I feel like 9 points is asking a lot at this point. I mean, I guess 2 field goals, 3. You know what? I'm changing it. Talk myself into it. 2 field goals, 3 touchdowns with an extra point each. That'd give you 9 points right there. I could buy that.
Yeah, I was in the same boat as Pete. I think they're going to get 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns. That'll hit him 9 exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest thing is I just don't trust this New England defense. Like I'm looking at their total like yards and stuff like that for the playoffs, but it's like I think it's skewed because of that winter game they played in Denver. And it throws off what their numbers truly are. So it's like I just don't trust it. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's still a pretty good defense, but I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, I trust the Seattle's offense, which I never thought I'd ever say about a Sam Darnold led offense in the Super Bowl. So that was not on my bingo card of NFL talk.
Right?
All right, moving on to the Patriots side of the fence. Drake Maye, over under 230.5 passing or rushing yards.
245.
230.5.
240.5. This again sounds
230.5.
230.
This again sounds really low. Sorry.
Yeah.
I still think this is really low. Like I don't know. I'm expecting a higher scoring game, I guess, than these prop bets are. I'm gonna go over again.
All right, and Adam.
I'm going under. I haven't seen really much from Drake Maye this playoffs to show me that he's going to be that kind of gunslinger in the playoffs.
I am going over, and it's because of the rushing yards. I think that with Drake Maye is an RG3 style runner, and I think with the rushing yards included, he'll get over 230.
Yeah, I mean he averages 258. Like it just these numbers feel really low to me.
Drake Maye touchdowns. That's not throwing, but he's running the ball across the line. Drake Maye touchdowns, 0.5 touchdowns.
Is he gonna rush for a touchdown? You know what? I'm gonna go yes. I can see this happening. I can see them getting all the way down to the 1 yard line and doing like a tush push or like a bootleg outside and getting it done.
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to go over as well.
And if they tush push, you better eagle wing in that end zone, motherfucker.
Just want to hear an Eagles chant burst out in the crowd.
I likewise am going over. I think he'll have to pull it out of the fire and cross the line himself.
So, key note here, so far in the postseason this year, Drake Maye has only crossed 230 yards once.
Ooh.
He did that against the Chargers in the wild card.
And then he got really safe.
Well, divisional round, he put up 180, and then in the championship, he had 86.
Ooh.
But, I mean, to be fair, for the championship, they were playing in the blizzard, so it's going to be a little harder to throw at that point.
I forgot about that.
So, but yeah, I mean, he's also been sacked 5 times every game, too, in the playoffs. So.
All right. Hunter Henry, over under 3.5 receptions.
This is the tight end, Pete.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I should have said that.
Okay. I just want to make sure you knew, so I figured I'd make it that we kind of knew what positions they're calling.
Yeah, I got my cheat sheet up on IMDb or not.
All right. IMDb, huh?
Yeah.
They do have a script for this, don't they?
I bet you they do. It's right up there. Dude, you know what I found out today? You know the show WWE Unreal?
Mhm.
Peyton Manning is an executive producer on 4 episodes.
That's awesome.
It's like, fucking what?
I would love to see Peyton show up for like a guest appearance on Raw some night and be the general manager.
God, that would be hilarious.
Because like knowing his comedy style and stuff that I've seen on Saturday Night Live and all that, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Have you guys seen that?
Anyway,
Sorry, go
sorry.
ahead. Hunter Henry, 3.5 receptions for the tight end.
Literally his average this season is 3.5. I'm gonna have to go under.
It is
just
tough
because I mean he's the number 2 target as the tight end. You know, all the points that Tom's made about if this is your go-to, you're not going to be able to do it in the Super Bowl. So,
Adam.
I'm actually going to take the over. I think because he's a bigger threat in the short and mid-range game, that Drake's really comfortable with him, and especially also too for goal line. So I think he's going to get I think he'll get those short third down catches, a lot of them in this game, or short first down catches. So
they're gonna short step all down the field.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I mean, you get that like 2nd and 3, 3rd and 3 or 4. He'll either do like a 4 or 5 yard curl route, 4 or 5 yard out or an in, or something coming across the middle. I think he's gonna be one of those kinds of targets, and I think he'll kind of live in the middle of the field and kind of eat up more receptions for that short yard, just to kind of nickel and dime underneath some zone coverages.
I'm going over as well. I don't think he's going to be all that reliable or even significant for that matter, but I think they will give it to him 4 times just to try to change things up. And finally, the last prop bet of the evening, we have Andy Borregales, the kicker for the Patriots. Over under 8.5 points.
Again with it.
Again with it.
I'm gonna go under with this one. I got the Seahawks winning this game. 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. You know, that's 27 points. I don't think that we're gonna see New England get to 27 points. So I don't think they're gonna score enough for him to put up 9.
I'm actually going to go over because I think New England's going to score more on field goals than they necessarily will on touchdowns with this defense.
Dang it, Adam. Yep. For all the same reasons. No touchdowns, all field goals. This will be the kicker show for New England.
I'm not saying it's going to be no touchdowns. I'm saying I think we're going to get more field goals than touchdowns.
Yeah. He's going to get 9 points in field goals alone.
Yeah. I think you'll get maybe 10. I'm saying at least 3 field goals and maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 if you're lucky.
But tune in to the next episode of Geeks and Greeks to find out how we did. Moving on to the next segment of the podcast, the 2026 Pro Bowl. This one was one of the best Pro Bowl games I have seen in a long time, with Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott being by far the most dominant forces on the field. Jalen Hurts throwing 3 touchdowns, Dak throwing 4. And I will give Jalen Hurts an assist for one of Dak's touchdowns because it was a flea flicker where Hurts threw it to Dak, who threw it to Pickens in the end zone. Talk about teamwork.
I honestly thought when you said this is one of the better Pro Bowls, you were going to follow it up with "said nobody ever." I was watching the highlights of this, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, this game has been ruined, man. Like, the Pro Bowl just sucks now. And it's so unfortunate.
See, that's very sad because if Adam was ever going to like a Pro Bowl, it was going to be this one, the one
Right?
that was dominated by Cowboys. Because what was it? Jake Ferguson, Cavante Turpin, George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb scored 5 of the 4 touchdowns
And
for
Cavante
the
Turpin even got a
NFC.
sack too. Yeah,
That was
I
so
don't know.
depressing.
I know. I mean, and I get what you're saying, but just one of those things like it's the Pro Bowl. Like it's professional level football being played as flag football. I just don't
Oh.
care.
I mean, I don't know. I think that if I was a kid, I'd care. I think if I had a kid who was into football, I'd care. Not that my kid's not into football, but they're not into football enough to want to watch skill drills. And like, I think I think that's who they're catering to, right? They're catering to children who are into football enough to run skill drills, who are playing football every year, and they're out there in August running 2-a-days, and they want to see like their favorite superstar do the same drill that they have to do when their coach is yelling at them, and they're sweating their balls off in August heat, And I get that, and that's who it's for, and it's not for me. So I don't judge them. Like, go have fun. I'm just not gonna watch it. I'm sorry to say, I haven't even seen the highlights of this. Do they have a winner and a loser anymore? I know they used to.
Yep.
They do have official winner and loser.
The NFC won it 66-52.
As it should be. There you go.
Yeah. And it was really great because what was it? It was Cavante Turpin, Pickens, and Lamb scored the last 3 touchdowns of the game to win it for the NFC.
Yeah. I mean, I stopped watching when. Sorry. I just say they like switched it to 2-hand touch within like 2 minutes of the end of each quarter, not like the half. And it was like, then just do 2-hand touch the whole way. Like, it was so stupid to have half a tackle football game. And that was when I stopped watching. And it's like, maybe if I was younger, I don't know.
Like the one thing I do like with the Pro Bowl is the skill drills because in the skills competitions because those are fun. It's the game itself. It's like the All-Star game in basketball. Like the All-Star weekend is fun, but the All-Star game itself sucks. Like 3-point contest, the slam dunk contest, like the skills competitions, all that stuff. That stuff is what's fun. It's the actual All-Star game is what sucks.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about fun, Micah Parsons in a motorized cart, that was fun. That man is nuts, and I loved every minute of it.
That man is trying so hard to convince George Pickens to go to Green Bay.
And I will also say, for the second year in a row, my favorite part of the game was the commentary. Last year it was Terry Crews, and this year it was Jason Kelce. Great job, Pro Bowl. More of this. Jason Kelce talking about how Jalen Hurts talks and how he still misses the game, and he's like talking about how he knows what plays they're talking about and stuff. It was like, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
But in generally speaking, I like Jason Kelce as a commentator. He's got a great point of view and a great personality. He's kind of in that Manning brothers level of personality when it comes to talking about the game.
Yeah.
More of that.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the last segment of the podcast, the Royal Rumble recap. I will skip the dark matches because everyone else did. The first one comes to the women's Royal Rumble match with Liv Morgan, ending with Liv Morgan eliminating Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. This was bad. The wrong person won. Flash Legend should have won. I don't know what we're doing here. I thought we were gonna push like Liv and what's her face, Roxy in the tag division. But I guess we're just scrapping that and we're putting Liv back into the singles division because fuck tag teams, I guess. I don't know.
She
This was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, we also didn't. I mean, there was also no real surprise entrance except Brie Bella came back was
Oh
in
yeah,
I
the
did like
30th.
that.
I don't because
Brie
I hate the
mode,
Bella
baby.
twins. They
I hate
suck.
the belt. Oh,
You had the
They-
So
Bella
listen.
twins back, man. Come
They're the
on.
worst. Like, they're one of the worst things to happen to women's wrestling. They're
Okay, all right.
terrible.
I have to disagree with that. They are a product of their time. They were the
Yeah.
most popular in their time. They were terrible, but they're not the worst thing that happened to women's wrestling. Like, have you ever watched the Elegance brand wrestle? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. There's so much worse things that have happened in women's wrestling of the Bella Twins.
Well,
But like,
okay.
they announced that they're going into the tag division. And I appreciate that they're finally putting some energy into the women's tag division. I'm not excited that the Bella Twins are back. They can't hang in modern day wrestling. They should not have a tag run.
No.
But I'm
No.
happy that they're putting, the women's tag mode back in the spotlight.
See, I liked the Bella Twins being back in the ring the same way I would have reacted as if Mick Foley had come back into the ring. It's like, oh, nostalgia. I love it. I love it. Now you can go away. No.
I mean, the difference is though is Mick Foley was actually good at his job.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Like,
sorry. I shouldn't have
here's,
compared
like-
Mick Foley to the Bella Twins.
So, like, I mean, yeah, their Bella Twins are going into the tag division, but it's like, what are they going to do? They can't put people over because they can't sell.
No.
They shouldn't win matches because they're old and can't wrestle, and they couldn't wrestle even when they were young.
Yeah, they couldn't
Like-
wrestle in the first place.
I know they maybe tried to learn, but they just were never good, ever. And like, it's just, I just don't care at all.
Moving on to the next match, Gunther defeated AJ Styles by technical submission. Now, since Styles lost, he will be forced to retire from in-ring competition. Sure, I believe that.
Oh no, this was, I mean, he'd already planned this was his last match. We knew going into this match that this was his last match.
Oh.
No, they didn't say that. They said,
Oh, okay.
he said
I
that
didn't hear
his-
that. So.
Yeah, he said his career was ending in 2026. So, like, this actually goes back to pre-COVID. What happened was in 2019, AJ re-signed a 5-year contract with the WWE, and he publicly announced it was the last contract he would sign. So we knew he was going to retire in 2024, but then COVID artificially inflated that by a year, and then they didn't want him to retire at the same time as Cena, so they got to push it to 2026. So we knew his contract was up. We knew that he was planning on retiring in 2026. We just didn't know it was this specific match. So I actually think this was the biggest shock of the night for me, especially because usually when you pass out from a sleeper, they give you 3 drops, right? They pick your hand up and they let you drop it 3 times. He only did it 1 time and he called the match off. And I've been saying forever that, like, the majority of my wrestling FOMO centers around AJ Styles, and when he retires, I can stop watching WWE. And I'm like, now that I'm facing it, I'm like, oh shit, maybe I'll stop watching WWE.
Like, I don't know, like, I like that they're building, it's funny because they're building Gunther as like the new legend killer, like how they
Yeah.
used to, how they built Randy Orton. And at this point, I want to see Gunther retire Randy Orton now because he's all that's left.
That's got to be what's next. Yeah.
Like,
He
I
came
mean, it's
out-
not going to be at WrestleMania, but like, I mean, it's got to be like at a SummerSlam or something like that. It's got to be at a big event. But like, Gunther has to end Orton's career at this point. That's what you're building him as.
That'd be
he came
funny.
out with Career Killer on his Titantron.
Yeah.
So, like, we had the Legend Killer, now we have the Career Killer. I think the most obvious thing to next happen is Randy Orton to lose to Gunther, which is like, I know I bitched that John Cena lost to Gunther, and that shouldn't have happened. Now that AJ Styles has lost to him, I'm kind of like, okay, who's up next?
Like,
Randy Orton? All right, you retire. Like Gunther's gonna retire you. What
like
like?
the problem though is that after Orton, there's nobody left to be a career killer for. Like what, Ray?
Oh,
But Ray's,
Sheamus, dude.
I guess. I mean, Sheamus has been around since what, 2008,
2009.
9, something like that.
Yeah,
Like if he's been around
yeah,
for a
yeah.
while, but it's like
He,
I don't. I mean,
he
but nobody else
debuted
has.
like
But like none of those guys have quite that aura the way that Orton and AJ and Cena did.
yeah,
Gunther versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but
All right.
Reigns isn't that old though to do that kind of
yeah.
a story
But
for.
Isn't he since
but Reigns is
09?
already in Undertaker mode, where he only wrestles from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, and then he takes the rest of the year off.
Hey, dude,
So
if you
like,
once you spend 5 years as champion, you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
I know, but they could easily have a match where Gunther wrestles Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for his career, and then he just comes back at the next Royal Rumble because that's what he does. Like,
Yep.
it's wrestling. You don't actually have to retire when they say retire. You just have to
Yeah.
disappear for a while and sell the retirement, and that's already built into Roman Reigns' character. So, like, yeah, maybe Roman Reigns is the next stop before you go to Randy Orton. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, I don't know how much more Orton can keep going. I mean, he's already had how many back surgeries just in the last year and a half alone?
I know. Yeah.
Like, it's got to be coming soon.
But I mean, I think that's with Sheamus too. I mean, Sheamus has been out a lot with injury lately over the last
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 years.
I don't think we realize just how old some of these guys really are at this point. Because I'm pretty sure Sheamus is in his 40s at this point.
Uh-huh.
I think Reigns is in his 40s too.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Seth Rollins is in his 40s at this point. Like Eli Drake, LA Knight, he's in his 40s at this point. Like we got a lot of guys on the main roster that are like more in the main event. They're not young.
Roman Reigns is exactly 40 years old until May.
So like, I mean, these aren't really young guys anymore. I mean, granted, 40 is not that old either, but like some of these guys, I mean, kind of some. I mean, back in the day, guys used to wrestle in like in their 50s and stuff.
Yeah, but like, that's when their career's done. So you hit 40 and you're winding down. That's all I'm saying. Like
that's true.
You're on your way
and
out.
Also, too, guys make a lot more money now and don't have to wrestle quite as long either. So guys may want to just get out sooner too.
Moving on to the next match, Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn by pinfall and remains the undisputed WWE champion. Yeah, this happened.
Like it's yet another match that had the wrong person win.
Yeah.
Like it was fine. It was an okay match, you know.
I feel like some good.
I just wish they had leaned into the fact that Sammy's like in his home country and just given him the belt, and like the whole Drew is constantly losing and constantly getting screwed over, and like maybe he can only win on U.S. soil, and that's the story we start telling because he's lost every foreign title shot that he's had. Now he loses the belt overseas. I don't know. The wrong person won this match.
I thought Sammy's from Syria. Not Saudi Arabia.
You might be right. Definitely gets the hometown pop, and
he's much more closer to home than normal. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like there's somehow, some way, Sammy's gonna make it back into the title picture at WrestleMania. I don't think this is over. Because they've done this how many times in the last few years where they give Sammy this insane WrestleMania push and then he disappears for basically the rest of the year. Like he's still there and doing stuff, but he's not in the title picture until like the Rumble somehow.
Right.
Like he always gets a world title shot at Rumble or Mania like almost every single year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of feeling like Finn Balor is probably going to get in there too.
Yeah.
I think we're prepping for the Elimination Chamber. I think that's the pay-per-view in
I
between
think that is
the
next.
Rumble and Mania.
Dude,
So I think either number one contender or the belt is defended in the Chamber, one or the other. So we'll know then. I mean, I can see Sammy winning the Chamber. I can really see um what's his face? Finn
Finn.
Balor winning a Chamber. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Then
I
bringing
could
the
see
Dean into WrestleMania. That'd be so
I
cool.
I could see Braun too, because I mean, like Braun's like I thought they were priming Braun to give him a good push and have him win the Rumble. To be honest with you,
Yeah. That he didn't even get into it. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's ridiculous that he wasn't even in the match.
Speaking of which, the last match of the evening was the 30-man men's Royal Rumble, finishing with Roman Reigns eliminating Gunther, just like we were talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I'm torn with this because part of me understands because Roman is your biggest draw and you wanted it for WrestleMania, but at the same time, it's like this is also when we start making new guys. Like they at least gave Jay a shot last year. Now, granted, it failed because Jay's not that level of a
Yeah,
competitor.
he's not that guy.
Like, granted, but I mean, as much as I didn't like it, he was on fire last year at this time with the crowds and with everybody else, and he had a huge momentum push behind him. So I understand it. I didn't like it, but I understand it. Like Roman is one of those guys where he'll always draw.
I mean, yeah, he'll always draw, but like Obafemi's your biggest draw. And like Obafemi's story's right there because he's a free agent. He hasn't signed with either show. You're gonna have him showcasing on both shows for a while until he makes his decision. You're gonna make this whole big thing about what's his decision gonna be. And you could have made that he won the Royal Rumble. Now he has to choose which show's champion he's gonna fight. And that's the show he gets signed to. And then like you have the champions trying to recruit Obafemi to their show rather than just trying to get a WrestleMania match out of him. You have him on both shows just natively already. Plus, you're putting over a new talent. Like that's one of the things the Rumble's supposed to be doing, and they did a great job of putting him over in the Rumble. But he should have won so that that could continue his momentum instead of just derailing it for Roman Reigns again. Like, how many times are we going to derail other people's momentum just for Roman Reigns?
Until he retires.
Right. Hopefully, he fights Gunther at WrestleMania. That's the end of it.
I mean, as much as I'd like to see Obafemi in a like title shot at WrestleMania, I think this year, and kind of thinking about it, I'd love to see Braun Breaker versus Obafemi at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'd just be a real like I think it'd be a really good match, and it'd be great on the WrestleMania stage.
So, can I tell you my theory on what they're doing with the Vision at this point? Speaking of Braun Breaker, I think that they are trying to do a coup with Paul Heyman undermining Adam Pearce and becoming the new Raw general manager. And I think that's the end game of the Vision at this point is to install Heyman as the new general manager. I think it's going to be great. I'm fully on board with this. I think he's going to be a fantastic general manager.
I mean, if
But
that
that's my
happens, that'd
theory.
be fun.
Yeah.
Because Heyman as a general manager just wreaks chaos.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to love it.
All right, Adam, bring us home.
All right. So, at the end of this, as always, what are our final thoughts, gentlemen?
Oh man, we already talked about all the wrestling out there, so I guess we are going live for the Super Bowl. So come catch us live over on our YouTube channel. If you've made it this long, you should love our live show.
This past weekend was the 2026 Grammys. Did you miss it? Yes, so did everyone else. The viewership numbers dropped 11% from last year and 20% from the year before that. It's awful. The Grammys are a cheap hot dog, barely recognizable from its former self, and far more rat turds than I'm comfortable with.
Who wrote that?
Who wrote what?
What you just read.
I did. I wrote that.
Thought you were reading that off of like a article or something.
No, that's all me.
I mean, I guess to be kind of fair with the Grammys, like they weren't that much different 20 years ago. It's just different artists. Is all it is. The Grammys have always been boring as shit. We just didn't have as much to watch.
I like to feel that it was better back then. It's just gotten progressively worse.
The only thing that's changed is, I mean, the music has changed, but overall the format of the show and everything else about it's the exact same.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all it is. I mean, this year they at least did a tribute to Ozzy.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had I mean, unfortunately they chose Post Malone to sing one of the songs, but
Come on.
dude, he had a hard time hitting the notes in vocals. You could hear the voice quavering as he's singing.
Yeah, not my first choice for an Ozzy song, but
yeah. Youngblood was also there and did one too for him.
Youngblood's
but no, like the band that was behind Post Malone was like Slash and stuff. It's like it was also a band with Post Malone. On it here next week, more than likely. And but yeah, it's fun. We got stuff going on. The NBA is coming up here on their halfway point of the season, and I mean, it's weird to think that even the NBA season is over half done at this point. So, all right, but that is going to be it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. And you can also find us on our social media sites at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Geeks and Greeks. Until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Nothing makes you feel more like a man than a Thunder Cougar Falcon bird.